That's so satisfying. I could be here all day doing this. Hey, it's Leslie and welcome back to my channel. I have noticed that I've got a lot of new people, so thank you so much for subscribing. If you want to join the family, you just have to hit that subscribe button. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll be updated whenever I upload. So I usually do hair and beauty videos. It's been a lot more beauty recently just because I haven't been doing much with this thing. So I went to the launch for Milk Makeup. Basically, we've not had them in the UK since they launched in 2016 in New York. They've been making waves since they launched because they're vegan, they're cruelty free, they're also a clean brand, which is quite rare. I mean, there are a few out there. I'm definitely more conscious of what I put on my face. I am trying to make sure that by the end of 2019 all the products I use are clean. I feel like it's quite hard at the moment because brands still aren't quite there. So they're launching in the UK this January and they're going to be available exclusively at Cult Beauty. So they did an event. Basically they just gave everyone that attended a heap of products. I have enough for a full face and I thought, why not do a video? You guys seem to like it when I do a full face of one brand. It's kind of my everyday look basically, but just using Milk Makeup. Whilst the brand is new to the UK, I have tried a few of the products before. I've been to New York before and also LA. I actually bought a few things then. I won't go on too much more. I'm just going to apply the full face and yeah, I hope you guys like it. So I don't have any Milk Makeup skincare apart from the watermelon brightening serum, so that's all going to apply really quickly and then I'll go in with a separate moisturiser. My skin is combo, so it's oily and dry, but more on the oily side. So I've toned and I've applied a concentrate because that's what I usually do before I apply serum. A lot of their products come like this, especially the skincare. I think they've come out with masks now that look really similar to this. Literally just go straight on the skin and this feels really cooling. Like, it's quite cold. It feels really nice. It's supposed to help with dark spots, so yeah, you can see I need some help with that right now. It's also got vitamins A, C and E in it. It feels really nice on the skin. I usually prefer things to be in a squeezy tube. I don't want to really rub something over my face directly, but a lot of the products come like this. I get it because it's quite convenient to use and it's easy. I just would rather something that's a bit more sanitary, if that makes sense. So I've applied moisturiser and I do have a tendency to go quite heavy-handed on the moisturiser, purely because the more I use, the less oily my skin seems to get, and it means that the dry patches are not dry. So now moving into the makeup, this is going to be a very natural look because I don't have any of the eye products, the stamps, or the lip products, so I might actually get them at a later stage and do another video on them. So starting with the Blur Stick, which is basically their version of a primer. It's basically mattifying. You can use it to remove oil, smooth the pores, just blur the skin. You don't have to wear this with foundation, you can wear it alone. A lot of people just use it like that. And again, it's in this stick form, so you just literally swipe it on. The advice is that if you've got dry skin that you need to moisturise beforehand. And it also says to warm up the product on the back of your hand first. So I'm just going to do that. And you're meant to start in the centre of your face. I don't know how much the blurring impact is, but I do feel like it's really mattifying. I mean, it feels really nice on the skin. Again, I'm not sure about this whole dragging the product over your face, but I feel like you can't just kind of grip it on your finger to just pat it on. It doesn't work like this with this particular product. I don't think it's great with the foundation. I don't think it really holds it on, but I can see why it'd be useful for anyone that doesn't want to wear foundation, or if you just want to touch up oily patches. I completely forgot to like sort out these lips. I always notice them in videos and that I should have applied something to my lips. So this is the KUSH lip balm. They have a range called KUSH. So it's got mascara in it, it's got a brow product, it's got lip. So this range is made from hemp derived cannabis oil. It's got sage extract and peppermint oil in as well. You can smell the peppermint and you can really feel it on your lips. So it's quite nice. I'm just going to put it on. It does feel very soothing and hydrating. This is probably one of my favourite products. So I'm going to go in with foundation now. So this is the Blur Liquid Matte Foundation. It comes in 24 shades. They added 8 shades recently, I think. I mean, they do have pictured like models with darker skin, but I feel like they could go darker in most of their complexion products. I was given the shade Bisque. This is a medium tan with neutral undertones. It's actually not a bad match. I've bought this foundation before, and when I bought it before, I bought it in 2 shades. In medium tan, which is like a medium with golden and olive undertones, and golden sand, which is a medium beige with yellow undertones. Not yellow, golden. Golden sand is too light and medium tan is too dark, but together they made a really good like match for my skin. So I said this before in a video that I always struggle to find something with an olive undertone that's also kind of warm as well, and it's also my shade. So usually I can find something in an olive undertone, but it's usually too light or it's too dark. So I usually end up mixing because I'd rather match on the undertone than anything else. I feel like if your undertone's off, it usually looks wrong. Definitely need to shake it before you apply. So I like that it comes in this squeezy tube so that you can just squeeze it into your finger or whatever. I'm going to squeeze it just onto my nose just purely because I want to start in the centre of my face and blend out. It says to use 1 to 2 dots for full coverage, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I do think a little goes a long way with this. Start light, and if you need to go in with more coverage, then go in with more. So I'm just going to dab it on my cheeks, on my forehead, and also on my chin. And then we're just going to start blending out from the middle. The undertone's not too bad. I mean, it looks good in person and it looks good on camera from what I can see. Blending it out's pretty easy. You can do it with your finger, or they actually sell one of those, you know, those silicone sponges. I'm just starting off with a light layer, and I'll show you how buildable it is once I've blended this in as much as possible. I tend to have the odd scar anyway because I usually have 1 or 2 spots, but I feel like it's been particularly bad recently. Most of my scarring is on my forehead, so I've put a lot of product here, but I've probably put a bit too much. I'm just kind of tapping that in because my forehead is slightly darker. The centre of my face is much lighter. My eyes are always like really creasy, so I mean this foundation's no exception. It does crease in my eyes. It's quite good coverage given I didn't use that much. And so bits like this, so you can see my scarring, we're just going to try and see if we can go over that and make it full coverage. I'm going to try and cover it. So ignore the fact that I'm getting it all over my lip. I just want to show you that it can be full coverage. So you can see some of my scarring here. I'm going to try and get that as well. So we're just going to take that off. That is the main reason I apply lip balm before I start. So next I'm going to go in with the Flex Concealer. I don't really feel like it's needed with this foundation, but just because I have it, I thought might as well put it on in the video. So the shade I've got is Medium Beige, so it's a natural beige with yellow undertones. So they have 16 shades in total, and the medium beige shade is actually one of the new shades that they've added. They added 8, so they basically doubled the amount of concealers that they had. It's called Flex because it's meant to be flexible and move with your skin and not settle into lines. Medium to full coverage, long wear, it's meant to not crease. It contains elastic marshmallow root powder and also chamomile to calm the skin. Don't love the packaging. I feel like it could have been better actually if they'd done it like the foundation and it had that little tip on the top. And I'll show how it looks swatched next to the foundation so you can see how close they are in tone. I did ask for a concealer that was basically going to be my skin tone because that's something I don't have. So you can see it's slightly lighter than the foundation, maybe? Is it? The foundation is so full coverage that you don't really need concealer on top of that. I'm going to go in with something else from the KUSH range. So it's a tinted brow gel. They actually only have 3 shades. The shade I've got is Grind, a deep brown black. So the other shade that they have is like a blonde brown and then like a mid brown, and they're all quite neutral toned. The immediate comparison is Glossier Boy Brow. They are completely 2 entirely different products. They're not the same at all. The Glossier Boy Brow just gives more to the brows. Foundation's creasing, see? That is just my face. I should have set it. If you have really nice brows and you might have like the odd gap, then it's going to look really nice, but on me I need them more filled in than this. I don't know, it looks alright. I just feel like my face is going a bit red because this is kind of scratching at it. Brush backwards for more coverage. Right, so we're going to try that. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Okay, I think that was better actually. You see where my brow's kind of red around the edge because it's like scratched at me? Yeah, it needs to be a softer brush or a thicker product. I hate doing this, but I feel like they look wrong. So we're going to go in with the matte bronzer. This is probably one of my favourite products of theirs. So it's a cream bronzer stick. It comes in 2 shades. The shade I have is Baked, and it's the lighter of the 2 shades. This is quite light. For me anyway. You can see it on my skin, but it's subtle, and the darker shade is probably better for me because it's not that dark. This is looking really mushy, like I don't know what happened to that. I must have messed this up. So it's quite creamy. We're just gonna draw like a 3 basically here. a very loosely wide free. It does blend out quite easily. And like I said, it's quite subtle on my skin tone, so if you're darker than me, you'll probably need the darker tone, but it blends up so nicely. I mean, it's warm, but it's not too warm. So I'm just blending away from the face, just to kind of blend it in. I'm trying not to get it in my hair. It's got mango butter in it and avocado oil. I mean, it smells amazing. It smells really good. And I'm not like a mango fan. If you wanted to do your nose, I mean, I don't usually, but just so you can see, you have to go in with your finger, I think, and like go gently around it. Now I'm going to go in with the lip and cheek. So I have two shades. I have Werk and Perk, but I'm actually just going to use Werk today. So it's like a sheer formula, but I feel like this is actually quite pigmented. Similar to the bronzer, it has mango butter in it and avocado oil. I mean, I'm going to draw it straight on the skin just so you can see what it's like. Usually I prefer to stick my finger in it and then apply that way, but we're just going to draw across the skin so you can see what it does. It will take off basically a lot of what you've got on there already, but you can see that colour is so pretty. And we're just going to blend that out. I mean, it's buildable as well, so if I wanted this way more intense, I probably could do that. I mean, I feel that's quite intense as it is. I'm going to go a bit softer on this side. I have a lot of lip, and I feel like that's a bit much. Yeah, I feel like it's better to pat it on. It smells so good. I've not blended out this blush at all. So the highlight we're going to use is called Lit. Again, it's one of these stick products. It's literally just called highlighter, and the shade Lit is basically a champagne pearl. I think it's really nice but super subtle. I kind of want to show it looks straight out of the packet. I feel like it's like toned down if I do it with my finger. Put it here. Hopefully you can see that on camera. Can you see how it like drags off whatever's underneath it? I mean, maybe that's a good thing because I definitely put on too much blush. So you can see this creasing that keeps happening on my eye. It's really annoying. I mean, I do get that with a lot of foundations, but it's annoying because I really like this foundation. Oh, come on now, that is really pretty. Yet another KUSH product is that it's got heart-shaped fibres in the formula, and these like latch onto the lashes and like give it that like feathery, volumized look. I said this in my last video, I don't like volumizing mascaras, or at least that's not what I tend to go for, because I prefer something that's like lengthening. If I can apply it properly, I do really like it. I think it's a really nice mascara. I feel like I'm already getting it everywhere. Yeah, there it goes. It's everywhere. I don't think it's particularly curling, but then it doesn't claim to be. I feel like it takes me a million years to apply mascara because I'm so clumsy with it. So I'm going to go in with the Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. It's a translucent powder. There's only 3 shades, light, medium and deep. But it smooths, it gives a really soft focus. I mean, I do think it does that. Obviously it mattifies as well. It contains avocado powder, which I thought was interesting, and I can never say that word, hyaluronic acid. And I'm just taking a really small brush and we're just going to tap it in areas that I would get oily, because like I said, I don't really apply powder, but I feel like this foundation does need setting, but I don't want to like cover my face in powder, if that makes sense. So we're just going to do T-zone and hope that it's okay. But yeah, that was the last product, so we're all done. So to summarise, like, what's my favourite, what don't I like, what do I think's worth it, what do I think's not. So really surprisingly, there's more that I would buy than stuff I wouldn't. Maybe that isn't surprising. 2 of the things that I wouldn't buy are probably the Blur Stick. It's just not the right kind of primer for me. If you're a gym goer, it'd be great because you could just swipe it onto like greasy areas or like oil and it would just do an amazing job of removing oil. I just think as a primer it's not the best. It doesn't really hold their foundation on at all. The highlighter and Lit, I like it, but it's just not enough for me. I have better highlighters basically that give a bit more but still look really natural. The concealer, like, I think it's great, I think it has a place, but I just think the foundation's so good and so full coverage, I don't think I really need this. I could use the foundation as concealer. And then the KUSH Brow Gel. I mean, it does exactly what it says, but I'm follically challenged. I need more than that. And then in terms of what I would actually buy again, I mean, I've already bought the foundation before. I bought it before it was gifted. I do really like it. It does need setting down. That's the only thing I would say. I mean, that's not really a negative point. Most foundations need setting down. It's just I don't personally like using powder that often. Probably not the best for oily skin. I don't care. I don't care about looking shiny or dewy or whatever. I really like it. Photographs really well. It looks absolutely stunning. Like, my skin doesn't usually look like this. So I'm really surprised to like 3 of the 5 stick products because I hate stick products like this. I just think they're quite chunky. There's quite a lot. But yeah, I really like the bronzer and I like the lip and cheeks. I like them more for the cheeks than the lip. The one that's called Werk, which is coral, that's a lot sheerer on me than Werk is. I might get the minis of all of these just so I can carry them about because they're way too chunky. The KUSH mascara, I really like this, and I don't usually like volumizing mascaras. I usually like stuff that's lengthening, and yeah, I really like it. It's very weighty packaging, which is something I forgot to say. Like, it feels like you get what you pay for with this. It's very like luxe feeling. And then lastly, the lip balm, again similar to the KUSH mascara. It's like really nice, like weighty packaging. It's got a really satisfying click. I love the smell of peppermint as well. But anyway, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to talk about the powder. The powder I really liked as well, purely because of the avocado oil and the hyaluronic acid. I feel like there's so much more I could have said, but I will stop there because I feel like this video is getting really long. Yeah, let me know if you've tried Milk. I mean, I'm definitely happy to have it in the UK now, so it means I don't have to wait till I just happen to be in New York or happen to be in LA or somewhere. And I want more of the American brands. Like, we're really missing out in the UK. Come on, like, come to us. But yeah, this is definitely like a really cool brand. It's got this cool like natural vibe, but it's also like about fun and expression as well, like with their like tattoo stamps, and the eye pigments look really cool. We've got some really good colours and like the holographic sticks, so I might get some of those when it's launched here just to have a bit more fun and create a more fun look. This is very safe. I am very safe. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.